Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Thank you so much for joining in. This is Dr. Nicole Edwards, board certified family medicine physician. I specialize in managing and treating chronic medical conditions and explaining those in terms that everyday people can understand through my books, my seminars, my concierge medical practice, and my weekly TV show, Talk with the Doc. I help busy caregivers and parents, folks who are overworked, overwhelmed, and oftentimes overweight to transform their lives, mind, body, spirit, and finances so that they can be better prepared to take care of those who they are giving care to. Thank you so much for joining me today. This show is sponsored by Abundantly Natural, an all-natural supplement and wellness line. Please visit drnicoledo.com/shop to visit the website for Abundantly Natural and get access to all the health and wellness vitamins and supplements. This is also being sponsored by Abundant Life Concierge. All right, I'm not going to be before you long today, but I did want to come on today and just talk really briefly about colorectal cancer, because March is the National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. All right. So like I said, we are being sponsored by Abundantly Natural. So I did want to let you know about one of the supplements in my line. It's called Biome Clear. All right. Biome Clear is to help promote digestive wellness. Right. And so it's got things in it, all kind of different, supplements and vitamins like oregano oil and fennel oil, and these things work together to help regulate your digestive tract and get your digestive tract on track. All right. So if you're having problems with bloating, constipation, abdominal distension, pain, if you're not going regularly, get you something like Biome Clear and help to regulate your gut. All right. So it's all about making sure that you have a healthy digestive tract. When your digestive tract is off, it throws off everything else, because everything else just kind of gets backed up into your system. We got to get things cleared out so that you can be healthy. You're trying to lose weight, you need to get your gut cleared out. If you're trying to improve headaches, you got to get your gut cleared out. If you're trying to improve your liver, your kidneys, your other systems, a lot of that starts with the gut. So get your gut corrected and the other things will fall into line. All right. So it is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. We have heard a lot about colorectal cancer lately. Since 2020, the actor Chadwick Boseman, the gentleman that played Black Panther and played Jackie Robinson, a lot of other really great things, he died at the age of 43 from colorectal cancer. Oh my gosh, colon cancer. Like, people didn't hear about that, and before this, they didn't really know much about it, right? But Chadwick Boseman was young, and people think, okay, well, doesn't that happen when you get older? Most of the time it does. A long time ago, they used to have the average screening for colon cancer was at age 50. But because we are seeing it happening more and more in younger people, they have actually pushed the colon cancer screening age back to 45. All right, so we're going to talk about that a little bit more in depth today. All right, so what is colorectal cancer? Colorectal cancer is cancer in any portion of the digestive tract. That is your large intestine, also known as the colon. It's the almost like an upside down shaped, show that picture for me, an upside down shaped, like a U-shaped, your colon, and then it comes out, and it comes out into your rectum, and comes out the anus, of course. Okay, so this is where all your bowels spill out into, and everything is pushed through and goes through. So when you get a polyp or a mass in the colon or in the rectum, this is what we know as colorectal cancer. Now, most of the time, it doesn't just start off where you get cancer. Most colorectal cancer start off as polyps. All right. So when you have a colonoscopy, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a moment, they can see these polyps before they turn cancerous. So it's really important, people, that you go out and you get your colon cancer screenings long before, because this is one of the cancers that can be preventable. All right. So this can be preventable if you're getting screened regularly. All right. So that's why we encourage you to go see your doctor regularly. So what are the symptoms of colorectal cancer? A lot of times it doesn't have symptoms. All right. A lot of times it doesn't have symptoms. That's why we say when you turn 45, you should go and you should get your screening. 45, that is the age, 45. So, and that's not just for gentlemen. Okay. We do know that there is a 1 in 23 risk chance of colon cancer in men. Now in ladies, it's 1 in 25 chance. So risk factor. So I mean, yes, it is more common in men, but ladies, you are not absolved from that as well. You need to also go and get your colon cancer screenings. Now, if you have a family history of colon cancer, okay, let me say that again. If you have a family history of colon cancer, so someone in your family had colon cancer, you should start your screenings 10 years prior to when they were diagnosed. For example, if your father had colon cancer at age 50, you should be getting screened at age 40. Okay. If your mother had colon cancer at age 45, you should be getting your screening at age 35. So it's individualized. It's different for each person, but in general, everyone, no matter what your family history, should go for a screening at the age of 45. But if you are high risk, okay, high risk meaning African American, okay, a family history of colon cancer, if you're a smoker, if you have poor digestive health, if you have other digestive problems, like such they've found polyps before, then you should get your screening earlier. All right, so what does the screening consist of? Well, a colonoscopy. Now listen, colonoscopies are actually painless. They do not hurt, all right? They put you to sleep for the colonoscopy. If you're not all the way asleep, then you're pretty zoned out of it, okay? You can't even drive afterwards. You need to have somebody drive you home. The worst part of the colonoscopy is the prep, all right? So 2 days before the colonoscopy, they ask you to drink this stuff. They call it go lightly, but I don't know why they call it that, because you don't go lightly at all. You are going to go, okay? You're going to go heavily. That's what they should call it. But you go to the bathroom and they cleans out your system so that they can really see very well when they go inside, all right? They then will put you to sleep. You lay on your side. They insert a small camera and a scope in through the rectum. It is painless, all right, very painless. And they go in and they look around. It takes maybe 15 minutes. It's a quick procedure, all right. Now, if they find polyps that they have to grab and snag, then it might be a little bit longer, but even that doesn't take too long. So if they see polyps, they take them out. They take a biopsy of the polyps and make sure that they're benign. All right, and most of the time they are benign, and they go around and they look around and they can see other things in there as well. They can see, if you've got diverticulitis or diverticula, which are little pockets in the colon, and we'll talk about that when we have another talk with the doc on diverticulitis. But they can see diverticula, they can see hemorrhoids, either internal or external. All right, they can see other areas of irritation, such as irritable bowel, such as proctitis or diverticulitis. So these are the other things that they can see on the colonoscopy. All right, so but make sure that you get your colonoscopy at age 45. Now listen, if you don't want to go for a colonoscopy, because I know there's lots of people who are like, I'm not doing that. There is a new test out. It's called Cologuard, Cologaurd, Cologuard. Cologuard is a screening test where you have a bowel movement. They send you a little kit. You basically collect some of your bowel in the kit. You send it off to the company. The company runs some tests on it, and it's a genetic screening test. And they can test to see if your stool has markers for colon cancer. If it's negative, then you are good, right? And you don't need to get a screening for another 5 years, 5 to 10 years, all right? So if you don't want to get a colonoscopy, then at least go get a Cologuard screening. You can go and talk to your doctor and say, hey, doc, give me that screening where they test my poop. If you can't remember the name of it, Cologuard. But if you can't remember the name, test my poop for colon cancer. And that is what you can do, all right? Now, if they do find some markers, it does not mean that you have colon cancer. It means that you then need to have a colonoscopy where they go and they look for more things, all right? But if you don't want to get the colonoscopy first off, you can get the Cologuard screening, all right? So that is another way that you can get screened for colon cancer. So what are some of the symptoms? Like I said, lots of times there aren't any symptoms, but if you have any of these symptoms, you need to go and talk with your doctor about getting a colonoscopy. If you're having rectal bleeding, all right, that's either dark blood, like dark black blood, or bright red blood. Sometimes that can be mistaken for a hemorrhoid, but if you're having bleeding in the stool, make sure you go and you get checked out by your doctor, all right? If you're having abdominal bloating, discomfort, pain, lots of gas, if you're, now nobody's poop smells like roses, right? But if yours is abnormally smelly or oily, or if it's really thin, almost like a pencil, then these can be signs that you might be that could be signs of colon cancer. And so therefore you need to go and get your screening earlier. All right. Or at least go and talk with your doctor so that they can get you in to get a colon cancer screening. Now, the difference would be you would still have a colonoscopy, but it would not be a screening colonoscopy. It would then be considered a diagnostic colonoscopy. All right. So Make sure if you're having, again, bleeding, rectal bleeding, or bleeding in the stool, blood after you wipe, if you're having abdominal bloating, abdominal pain, abdominal discomfort, then you need to go and see your doctor about getting screened for colon cancer. All right. So again, we are seeing the numbers of colon cancers going up. All right. I'm happy that we're catching it earlier, right? Because it can be treated. Now, if they do find colon cancer, they would go and they can sometimes just go in and remove that portion of the colon where the cancer is, depending on what type of cancer it is. They can also do things like chemotherapy, radiation to shrink down tumors. All right. But a lot of times this is a slow growing tumor. And so if you catch it early, when you had your colonoscopy, you can catch it before it turns into cancer. All right, so this is Dr. Nicole putting in her plug, asking you all to go and get your screening for colon cancer. All right, if you are age 45 and above, or if you have a family history of colon cancer, please go and get your screening. All right, and again, you want to make sure that you have good digestive health, and digestive health is happening with making sure that you are eating a healthy diet with lots of green vegetables and lean meats. Avoiding dairy when possible, limiting your sugars, avoiding gluten when possible, and making sure that you're eating plenty of fiber and having regular bowel movements. All right. Should you be having a bowel movement every day? Yes, you should. All right. Yes, you should. Look at dogs. When they eat, they go. They eat, they go. That's the way it should be. So if you're not having a bowel movement at least once a day, every 2 days tops, then you need to be doing something, probably increasing your water intake, increasing your fiber, and getting a supplement like Biome Clear, where it helps to aid in digestion. All right. So this is Dr. Nicole Edwards, board certified family medicine physician, coming to you in March, which is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. We are bringing awareness to colon cancer, rectal cancer. And we know that it's happening earlier and earlier in people. So we want you, if you are age 45 or above, or if you're high risk, or if you have a family history, that you go and you get your colonoscopy, or at least go get a Cologuard screening. Make sure you're taking your vitamins. Again, you can take the Biome Clear. You can find that on my website, drnicoledo.com/shop. All right. And go look for Biome Clear. It helps, like I said, it's got oregano oil, fennel oil, and some other natural supplements in it to help aid in digestion. It helps with bloating and abdominal pain and discomfort, and it will have you going regularly. All right, so if you're having trouble with bloating, if you're trying to lose some weight, if you're trying to clear your mind, if you're trying to become overall healthy, make sure that you have a healthy gut by taking your Biome Clear every day, at least once a day, but sometimes 1 to 2 times a day if you're having more symptoms. Thank you so much for showing up. I'm Dr. Nicole Edwards, board certified family medicine physician. I am the host of Talk with the Doc. We come on every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to explain to you medical conditions in terms that you can understand. Thank you so much for joining me. Please follow, like, and share this video on YouTube and all my social media platforms. And I'll see you next week, where we'll be talking about kidney disease, as it's also National Kidney Awareness Month. Thank you so much for joining me on Talk with the Doc. I'll see you next week. Have a great day. Bye-bye.